Cover. You gotta scoot up to him. You gotta scoot up to him. All right, scoot up. All right, scoot up straight. 3 steps forward. Move. Very, very good. 2 steps forward. Move. 30 steps. 30 steps. Right? Cover. 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 All right, recover. Good. All right, hey. See your picture looks better. All right, y'all know the movie, right?
Flag. Just place it over here.
The music from over there. The music from over there.
Can't be the left.
Yeah, you're right. Root up, man. Whew.
Eddie! All right, so to the family and friends, I want to thank you all for coming out to support these ladies and gentlemen. More importantly, though, I'm going to thank you, ladies and gentlemen, standing in front of me. And the reason I'm thanking you is because this is an all-volunteer force. Nobody made you join the Army, the Navy, the Air Force, or the Marine Corps, correct? Yes, sir. Now we're going to have to use our words. Loud. Nobody made you join the Army, the Navy, the Air Force, or the Marine Corps, correct?
Yes, sir.
All right, might have been highly encouraged by family or friends, but ultimately it was your decision to join, so I thank you for that. The Marine Corps, the Army, the Navy, and the Air Force cannot do what they do without men and women like you that decide to step up to the plate, be something bigger and better than themselves, and to serve this great nation. So once again, thank you. There are a lot of different reasons that people decide to join the service. In your mind, I want you to think of whatever reason you decided to join. Because as long as that is your reason and nobody else's, it is 100% the right reason. I have heard everything you can possibly think of under the sun in this building on why people decide to join the service. Get away from their parents. Get out of their parents' house. Travel the world. Meet new people. Pay for school. Gain citizenship. Something they've always wanted to do. The benefits. The challenge. Family tradition and lineage is a big one, and serve my country is obviously the large one. And then every week I get 1 or 2 people that tell me I joined strictly because I want to shoot at people and blow stuff up. And that is also perfectly fine, all right? Understand, though, in all the services, we do not arbitrarily go around shooting at people and blowing stuff up. But you, ladies and gentlemen, might be afforded the opportunity to go to combat. And then while there, you might be placed in a position where you have to do something like that, all right? So, most of you are going to basic training today, correct?
Yes, sir.
Not long after you get the basic training, you're going to have something in common with everyone else. Any ideas of what that's going to be? Nobody has any ideas?
Learning to love this up, sir.
Definitely true. Not what I said before, but definitely true. All right, it's going to be a feeling. That feeling is going to be hatred. All right, I know that sounds very weird, but it is for a particular person. Do you know who that person is? You have to. There you go. It's for that drill sergeant, that drill instructor. There's a reason behind it. Because when you show up to basic training, you might have nothing in common with anyone else. You might not like the same movies, the same music, the same clothes as everyone at basic training. So you're going to make sure that you have something in common. And that's that hatred for that drill instructor. When you have something in common, what does it do? Exactly. Motivates you. Brings you together to overcome whatever that obstacle is in front of you. In this case, that drill instructor. I need you all to understand something. Your drill instructor, he or she is an actual person. They have family, friends, feelings, just as you do. And it is not their job to make your life miserable. Now, with that being said, we can go ahead and move that out of the way. Because basic training is not going to be all sunshine and roses. You are going to be pushed to what you believe are your limits. I will tell you right now, you ladies and gentlemen have no idea what you are capable of at this point. So I want you all to do me a favor. In your mind, I want you to take whatever you believe is your max potential, your glass ceiling, all you're capable of. I want you to take that right now in your mind. I want you to ball it up and I want you to throw it away. Because as long as you get rid of that mindset, you continue to drive on, push through, and never quit. Not only while you're at basic training, but while you're serving your unit, no matter where you are in the world, you will surprise yourself on a daily basis. I can promise you one thing regarding your drill instructor. On one day and one day only, can I promise you that they're going to smile in your face, shake your hand, say that they're proud of you, and most likely thank you. You know what day that is? Yeah, it's graduation day. So far as nobody's gotten it wrong. If you get a smile, a smirk, a thank you, well, I'm proud of you, any other day than graduation day, consider yourself a lucky man or woman. Because normally that does not happen. On that one day, you also most likely thank your drill instructor. You probably don't believe me now. I'm 100% sure you won't believe me this afternoon when you get off that bus and meet them for the first time. You probably won't believe me throughout basic training, and you might not even believe me on graduation day until it comes out of your mouth. But you most likely will thank them. The other words you're going to use throughout basic training, my assumption is they're not going to be thank you. So my piece of advice, don't say anything loud enough for anybody else to hear. It's going to be a bad day for everybody. All right? So, who's been to my ceremony before? Nobody in here? You have? Remember what I told you I was going to ask you when you came back today? Sam, you don't remember? Nobody remembers. I told you that no matter what happens when you go to basic training and while you're serving your unit, no matter where you are in the world, I ask that you never quit. Remember that now? All right. The reason I ask that you never quit, as of today, it is no longer about you as an individual. You all are now part of bigger and better teams. And that is plural. Because that's the team of the Marine Corps, that's the team of the Air Force, that's the team of the Navy, that's the team of the Army, but as a whole, that is the team of the military. And you're going to have people to your left and to your right that are going to be depending on you. Brothers and sisters in arms. For the Air Force, those people are called wingmen. For the Army, they're called battle buddies. For the Marine Corps, they're called fellow Marines. And for the Navy, they're called shipmates. Once again, brothers and sisters in arms. Get rid of the arms piece, though. Because they are going to be your brothers and sisters. They are going to be your family. You all have siblings? Yes, sir. All right, then you already know. If you have siblings, then you already know siblings know how to get on your last possible nerve. They know how to irritate you, how to push buttons. What we sometimes forget about those siblings is that on the other end of that spectrum, they also know how to motivate us, how to raise our spirits and drive us forward. Your battle buddies, your fellow Marines, your shipmates, and your wingmen will be able to do exactly that. When you step off going to basic training, you're going to be around them so much that at some point in time, they will get on your last possible nerve. You won't want to be around them at all. But then there's going to come a day that you feel like you're down, a day that you feel like you just can't make it. That it's going to be those fellow Marines, those wingmen, those shipmates, and those battle buddies that are there to pick you up and push you to get through whatever mission or task that you have ahead of you. At some point in time, they will have that down day. And just as you depended on them, they're going to be looking to their left or to the right, depending on one of you to help motivate them. So this is why I ask that you never quit. No longer about you as the individual. Now it's about the bigger and the better team. Right? So the last thing on the hit, for my Marines, hoorah. Heard it before?
Yes, sir.
You know what it means?
Heard, understood, knowledge.
Oh, you are good. You been to my ceremony before? Oh. For the Navy, hoo-yah. Heard it before?
Yes, sir.
You know what it means?
No, sir.
Right. For the Army and the Air Force, HOOL. Heard it before? You know what it means?
Yes, sir.
All right. So, what's the last name? Rodriguez. So Rodriguez up here just said it. Every service has their own way of doing it. Army and Air Force use HOOL. Marine Corps uses hoorah. Navy uses hoo-yah. The Coast Guard, for some reason, does not have anything. It stands for heard, understood, acknowledged. That is what it actually means. Every service says it a little bit differently, though. But I'm going to give you an easy way to remember it. The easy way to remember it is everything but no. The one thing it does not stand for is no. So I'm telling you all for two reasons. First reason, when you go to basic training this afternoon and throughout your military career, I promise you without a doubt in my mind, you will hear it. And at some point in time, most likely repeat it. Second and most important reason, at the end of the ceremony, you are going to sound off with it. You know what sound off means?
Yes,
What does
sir.
it mean? I'm sorry, say again.
Loud and proud.
I'm sorry, say again.
Loud and proud, sir.
There you go. Sound off means get loud. You all know the military is loud, correct?
Yes, sir.
It doesn't sound like it because I'm louder than every one of you in here. I'm going to ask again. You all know the military is loud, correct?
Yes, sir.
There you go. We are loud in the military for very particular reasons. For people who have not been in the military or been around the military, some of them believe that we are allowed to be obnoxious or just loud because we want to be. That is not the case. I'm going to ask you all a question, and I want you to answer honestly. Do you believe that there's a single vehicle, vessel, aircraft, or weapon system in the military that is quiet?
No, sir.
There's only one thing that's quiet in the military. Any ideas what that is? No ideas?
No, sir.
All right. The only thing that's quiet in the military are things that do not work. All right. The things that they say are quiet relative to something else that is extremely loud. So the reason I'm telling you this, if you're around those vehicles, vessels, aircraft, weapon systems, someone's giving you an order, they have to be loud enough that you can hear them. You have to be loud enough to acknowledge those orders so they can hear you. First reason I mean why you should be loud. The second reason, you ladies and gentlemen should just be proud to serve. What you are all getting ready to do, raising your right hand and enlisting to the armed forces, not everyone can do, not everyone wants to do. All the freedoms that go on outside of this building throughout the state of Oklahoma, throughout the country, with people waking up, going to lunch, taking kids to school, doing whatever they're doing, you all are about to start protecting those freedoms. And that's not an easy job, nor is it a job to be taken lightly. So with that being said, we're going to get ready to kick this ceremony off. Are you all ready to get out of here?
Yes, sir.
Are you ready to go to basic training?
Yes, sir.
Are you ready to get paid?
Yes, sir.
Is anybody tired?
No, sir.
If you are tired right now, get ready because you are going to be in for a rude awakening starting tomorrow morning. What time did y'all wake up this morning? Is that early?
No, sir.
Tell me next. You think that's what I want to hear?
Yes, sir.
All right, get ready because the average time that you're going to wake up at basic training is anywhere between 4 and 4:30. And you're going to be up and moving until approximately 2,200 hours, which is 9 to 10 o'clock at night for those that do not know. Now I'm going to throw a wrench in there. There are no naps in the middle of the day. You are going to be up and moving the entire time. Basic training is not going to be easy. I'm not going to stand in front of you and lie to you. But the bonds and relationships that you're going to form with those wingmen, shipmates, battle buddy, and fellow Marines is like nothing you've ever had before. There will be friendships that are there for life, well after the military is long and gone, because I don't care who you are, at some point in time you have to separate yourself from the military. I wish you all the very best of luck throughout basic training and throughout your military careers, and hopefully I will have the opportunity to serve next to you, ladies and gentlemen, at some point in time. So with that being said, we're going to kick this ceremony off. Listen up. Group up, hands, home! Go ahead and raise your right hand, and I want you to repeat after me. I state your full name. Do solemnly swear.
Do solemnly swear.
That I will support and defend.
That I will support and defend.
The Constitution of the United States.
The Constitution of the United States.
Against all enemies.
Against all enemies.
Foreign and domestic.
Foreign and domestic.
That I will bear true faith.
That I will bear true faith.
And allegiance to the same.
And allegiance to the same.
And that I will obey.
And that I will obey.
The orders of the President.
The orders of the President.
Of the United States.
Of the United States.
And the orders.
And the orders.
Of the officers appointed over me.
Of the officers appointed over me.
According to regulations.
According to regulations.
And the Uniform Code.
And the Uniform Code.
Of military justice.
Of military justice.
So help me God.
So help me God.
Go ahead and lower your right hands for me. Commander Fallout, you're going to do two things for me. The first thing I want you to do is relax. And then I want you to sound off as loud as you possibly can. I repeat, as loud as you possibly can with that oorah, bull, or hoo-yah as appropriate. Fallout! Hoo-yah! Congratulations, everyone.
All right, so folks, what's going to happen next to these folks is that they're going to go upstairs back to the conference room where we were just at. Okay, my Deborah, who's not shipping? Who's not shipping? All right, so if you'll get up front, when the captain starts doing a contract, come up front. All right, then after that, they're going to go back to our counter. Then they're going to go to lunch. Now they can go to lunch in the cafeteria. There's our cafeteria. They'll have lunch there. There's a snack bar here as well that has supervisor lunch for them. You're more than welcome to purchase anything that you might want, bring it upstairs, have lunch with them. They cannot leave the floor. Then after lunch, they're going to be called back to another briefing. At that point, there's no reason for you all to come because they got to go inside of a briefing where they're going to receive their checks, their orders, their packet, and all the instructions that each branch is required for us to put out to them.